Part 3. Um, I didn't like this is a concert film, the Rammstein one, so I don't have a favorite scene. My favorite scene in Big Lebowski. Now, I don't know that it's necessarily my favorite, but one that I do like is when Donnie rolls the bowling ball toward the end, and it's a bit of a foreshadowing moment. That's probably one of my favorites. Um, but really, with a movie like that I love so much, it's like every moment I'm loving it. Um, yeah, got that old movie Avatar. Got it recently actually. It was good from what I remember. They're making like 4 sequels. I don't know how that's gonna go, but I remember I liked it a lot. I'll have to watch it again. So then, yeah, probably gonna see the sequels as well. Taxi Driver, another really good one. One of my favorites, I think. Um, Probably not my top 10, but it's very good. Um, I don't know like if I really have a favorite scene in the movie. Probably the action toward the end. Probably, probably my favorite. Got this Christopher Nolan collection. Let me take it out real quick. If it will, give in to my coaxing. Oh lordy! All right. So, Insomnia, phenomenal movie. Memento, brilliant. It's brilliant. Love Memento. Inception, probably my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. It's great all the way through. One of my favorites. Dark Knight Rises, I don't like it as much as his other ones, but it's still a decent movie. The Dark Knight, another one of my favorites. It's awesome. Oh, and Memento is one of my other favorites. Dark Knight, pretty much anything with the Joker. My favorite scene in Dark Knight is probably when Batman is beating him up in the jail cell, but he's giving his little Joker's giving his dialogue, and I think that's all really brilliant. The whole movie's pretty damn good. And Batman Begins, which is also pretty damn good. Not as notable as The Dark Knight, though. Not as infamous as The Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises, man. Disappointing. Got The Princess Bride, one of my favorite movies from my childhood. Spider-Man trilogy, more of my favorites from my childhood. They don't live up as much. I found last time I watched the first two, unfortunately. But still worth having, still great movies. My favorite part is probably in the second one, that whole train scene where he's fighting Doc Ock on the train. That whole scene is amazing. The Adventures of Tintin, the movie, it is good. I'm sure a lot of Tintin fans don't like it. I personally was thrilled when it came out. I was thrilled to see it in the theater. I loved every minute of it in the theater, and I've loved every minute, maybe not every minute, since then, whenever I saw it. And yeah, I love it. Avatar, The Last Airbender complete series only was just put on Blu-ray last summer. Not last summer, summer 2018. It's a masterpiece. What can I say? It's Avatar. Everyone knows it. One of my favorite stories in general. Probably, honestly, like, if we're gonna rank them, I'd say NHK anime is number one. Avatar is number two. It's just how it is. I have, Blade Runner, the final cut. That, it's a, it's a masterpiece. What can I say? Everything about it's great. music, cinematography, the whole design of that world, which is Earth, futuristic, and the themes are beautiful. Performances are beautiful. My favorite part, like, okay, we're when it comes down to stuff that's in like my top five, picking a favorite part is very difficult. But in Blade Runner, one of my favorite parts is when he's killing one of the first replicant he kills. It's the first girl replicant. And I also just keep in mind, no spoilers. Um, just for your information. The ending, pretty much. That's all really brilliant. And yeah, we got Bruno, the Sacha Baron Cohen one, as opposed to the other Bruno that everybody knows. It's funnier than Borat, honestly. Thing is though, Borat kind of got old to me. I don't know if Bruno is the same way for me, but I don't know. I've seen Borat a few too many times within too short of a time frame. So it's still brilliant. It's just not as beloved by me, unfortunately. Bruno, though, I have not watched as much. We'll find out sometime. That'll be another good one to watch with friends, probably. Both of those be good to watch with friends. Though Borat, I'll take a break from for a while. Got Castle in the Sky, probably my favorite Studio Ghibli film. It's been my favorite since I was in elementary school when I first saw it. Ladies. Yeah, Castle in the Sky is brilliant. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. What's not to love about it? It's kind of weird though, so I can understand. Got Edward Scissorhands. It is it's awesome. It's one of my favorites. Probably my top 10. I love everything about it. Even though it's not as high as some of my other movies, and even though it's not as good as some of my others, not mine, but in my favorites, it's still one that I love. I mean, yeah, it's not like the most brilliant thing ever, but it's still amazing. I love it. And yeah, we're still on the first shelf here, so you can see how my interest has shifted from manga more to movies as of the past couple of years. But yeah, Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, I love it. My favorite part is the scene that makes me cry every time. Is no spoilers, but Vincent Price at the end. Yeah, and I mean, once again, so many great scenes. Yeah, Interstellar, which a lot of people hate because, well, I haven't really looked into it too much. Because the thing is, I don't like do a whole lot of like community-based activities when it comes to my interests. But I believe it's because it was marketed or made out to be like a hard science fiction, as in like completely like as correct to what would actually happen as possible, and I believe that it is not actually the case. So they're like, okay, this is not that thing. But yeah, I've seen it like 4 times. First time I saw it was in the theater. Back when it came out, I saw it with a couple friends, and I loved it. It was great. It's a great movie to see in the theater. If you ever get a chance to see it in a theater, and you haven't seen it, or if you love it, I recommend it. Like in the theater. If you don't love it, I mean, you probably won't enjoy it as much. Second and third time, I didn't enjoy it as much, but then the fourth time I watched it, I loved it again because I watched it in the dark. Because I didn't always watch movies in the dark, because I would have to watch it with other people. Basically, yeah, I mean, I love it. One of my, probably one of my favorite Nolan movies. I mean, I can definitely understand the criticisms with the scientific accuracy, but I mean, that's not really what I go into a movie for. It's not what I go into a fictional movie for. And hey, if it is what you go into it for, then that's fine, but I don't know, I like it. Sound of Music. It's a musical. I'm sure most of you know what it is. It's one that I was shown to by my mom when I was in elementary school, and I liked it. So I probably saw it one other time, and then I bought it a few years ago, and I still love it. So yeah, it's one of my favorites. It's great. Um, may not be the most. It might be kind of like the oddball in my collection because it's like a romantic kind of movie, family friendly. Not like family friendly, but it's like about family. You know what I mean? And it's a musical, so yeah. But I love it honestly. It's great. Um, True Grit, 2010 version. It's phenomenal. What can I say? Um, yeah, it's. I mean, I've liked it since around the time it came out. I didn't see it in the theater, but my dad showed it to me, and I liked it. Seen it a few other times since then. It's great. It's by the Coen brothers. I love the Coen brothers. It's one of my favorite Coen brothers movies. Not one of my favorite movies ever, but it's still a damn good movie. And I want to read the book and then watch the old John Wayne version of the movie, and then I'll watch that again, see how it all compares. Got this Steelbook of Full Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket is one of my favorite movies ever. Seen it. I've only actually seen it 2 times, but it's impacted me so greatly that it's in my probably my top 10. Um, yeah, it's the whole first half, especially with the drill sergeant and the character. It's Vincent D'Onofrio. Oh, it's Gomer Pyle. Yeah, that all is brilliant. Very darkly comedic. Very depressing. Very depressing movie in general. Um, yeah, I'm never gonna go into the army. Not because I know it's not probably gonna be like that, but you know, not really a pacifist, but not interested in that lifestyle. Um, got Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez's Grindhouse double feature steelbook, and I love it. It's great. What can I say? It's not one of my favorite movies or movie double features ever, but it's awesome. If you know what they're going for, you can probably appreciate it a lot more than if you go into it expecting like another Pulp Fiction or something, or another what did he do? Spy Kids? I don't know. Machete? No, Machete came after. Oh, who cares? It's a Grindhouse tribute. I like a lot of that exploitation stuff. I haven't seen a whole lot, but it's cool. It's cool. Two ones I haven't seen: Jason Bourne and the Wolfman 2010 version. Um, reason I haven't seen Jason Bourne is because I haven't seen the other ones in the series, and I'm waiting on the Wolfman because I'm waiting to watch the old ones again. And oh, and the reason I bought them both though is because they were each $1, so I figured why the fuck not. Next, I got the Steelbook for Metropolis, the movie that is based on a Tezuka manga, but it was made in 2001 or so, and it's better than the Tezuka manga. That's saying something because he's one of the best. And yeah, Metropolis, it's a great movie. It expands on the story so much, provides a lot of depth, a lot of meaning, a lot of a lot of action, a lot of just everything. Color. It's great. If you can ever watch it somewhere, it's phenomenal. I actually don't like the original manga, so that's saying something. Not only is it better, but I don't even like I don't think it's that good. Um, the manga, but the film is great. It's oh yeah, it's phenomenal. It's something not quite so phenomenal. You got Bad Grandpa. I mean, it's probably the worst movie I own on Blu-ray, which is what I consider my serious collection. Um, Bad Grandpa, it's funny. That's all. It's funny. It's good to watch with friends. You want to have a good laugh, you know. Want to get a bunch of food, you know. Get all together, have a sleepover. My hair keeps getting pulled by something back there. Jesus. It's a funny movie. It's not smart really. I mean, some of it kind of is, but it's funny. That's all that matters. Next, we have what I consider my favorite movie, Barton Fink. I love everything about it. It's a brilliant movie. I think it's it's it says it relates to me a lot. I can understand why like the it's not from what I've seen. Like I don't really go around the film watching community or anything, but I never really hear a whole lot of people talk about it, and I don't know. The reason I like it a lot is just it appeals to me and is also entertaining, and it says a lot. It's a very smart movie, I think, and I mean I can't really. And I'm going kind of off the cuff here. Um, just everything. The performances are stellar. The every minute, my eyes are glued to the screen. Um, the whole story is just perfect to me. You know, sure, there's probably some complaints you could have. Um, First time I ever saw it, I didn't even understand it really, but I still loved it more than much of what I'd seen. Um, my favorite scene, probably at the end when he's talking to his boss. Not to spoil anything. Also, any of the scenes with John Goodman are some of my favorites. Not that John Turturro is actually I think I like him more than John Goodman as an actor. The thing is, John Turturro does not take a lot of he takes a lot of shit roles, unfortunately. Some of his stuff isn't as good. John Goodman takes some shit roles too, but he has a lot of really great movies, like The Big Lebowski. Yeah, I mean he's in Roseanne and he's in one of the Transformers movies. John Turturro is in 4 of the 5 Transformers movies. I don't know. I mean, probably just getting the paycheck, whatever. But yeah, they're both great. I love them both. You got Big Fish by Tim Burton. It's a great movie. The guy that plays Tiny in the Rob Zombie movies, House of a Thousand Corpses, and The Devil's Rejects is in it. But he plays like a good guy. Though I found him to be more of a I don't want to say anything, but I like House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects, and I'm excited for that Three from Hell movie coming out. I'm gonna see it in the theater. The only one coming out in September that I want to see in the theater. Yeah, Big Fish. It's great. What can I say? The ending is probably my favorite part of the movie. It's like a fairy tale. Yeah, I recommend it if you want something that's like a fairy tale. Then watch it. It's a good movie. It's a very good movie. Next, we got another very good movie, Black Swan. Black Swan is... What can I really complain about it? It's phenomenal. Um, I mean, I'm kind of scatterbrained because I've been up all night. But Black Swan is, I mean, it says a lot. It says a lot in 2 hours or less. Has some great cinematography, great color scheming done, great metaphors, great dance choreography. Very, very good movie. It's a masterpiece. Borat, I've already talked about. Burn After Reading is another Coen Brothers. It's very good. Not one of my, it's one of my favorites, but it's not one of my favorites. You know what I mean? It's in my top 10 though of their movies. I mean, it's a comedy. It's funny, very funny. Very it's got a lot more. It's got some mystery, got some drama, got some thriller, got some mystery. I don't know. It's great though. Everybody's great in it. Very interesting movie. Clerks 2, my favorite of those Jay and Silent Bob movies. Very funny. Also got some interesting dramatic stuff in it, but it's a very, very good comedy. I recommend it. Most people like the other ones better. I like that one better because I felt that it had more dramatic weight than the others, but the others are very good. I'm not a huge fan of Mallrats though, or Chasing Amy. I like Dogma pretty well. I only saw it the one time. Clerks is pretty good. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is great. My second favorite one actually, but yeah, it's great. You got Dumbo. Dumbo is my favorite animated Disney movie. I just like it, you know. I like that it's about a mother and a son. It's got some very sad moments in it that bring me, a grown man, to tears. It's got great music. It's very short. It's only an hour long, but it's great. I haven't watched it in a while. I'll probably have to watch that soon. Right now I'm mainly focusing on movies that I haven't seen, but it's great. Fight Club, not as good as the book, but some great performances. A lot of people like it better than the book. I really like it. A lot of people don't like it. Um, some people think it kind of glorifies fighting, but I think that if they think that, they're kind of missing the point of the movie. I don't want to give away the point of the movie though, because I think you should figure it out on your own. And hey, I mean, if you want to interpret it that way, that's your choice. You know, your own interpretation is up for you to decide, and that's something no one should be able to take away from you. But I don't think that that's the purpose of the movie. I think there's plenty of movies where that is the purpose, and that's also fine. By the way, I think it's a fun. It's you know, violence in movies. It's fun. You know, I like it. I'm someone who hates it in real life, but likes it in fictional settings. You know, it's good, and it's a solid movie. You know, who cares about the point of the movie? It's a good fucking movie with some good themes. Another one of my favorite movies is The Fountain by Darren Aronofsky, who also made Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream and Pi and The Wrestler and Mother and Noah, which Noah wasn't great, but it was fine, I think. Fountain is my favorite of his. One of my favorite movies ever. I think that its themes are profound. Um, it's about death. Um, it may not be profound to some people who've kind of accepted some things, but I saw it when I had made myself comfortable with the thought of death and of dying, and I still found it brilliant and beautiful, beautiful in its messages and its storytelling and its themes and its cinematography. It's very well shot, very well composed, both musically and visually, and performances are very, very good. Um, Soundtrack is beautiful. Clint Mansell, one of the best, and it's a beautiful movie. Very sad, but very beautiful. Uh, one of my most recommended movies to pretty much anybody, unless you just want a happy feel good time. Then I recommend Bad Grandpa, but people would still take issue with that because there's some dark humor in that, but it's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, The Fountain, top 10. Hands down. No question. Only question is where in the top 10. I don't fucking know. Good Will Hunting, very good movie. I don't like it as much as Dead Poets Society, I don't think, but it's still a great movie. Um, I I love it a lot. I don't. It's not in my top 10, but it's definitely up there. Very good movie. I think everyone should watch it. Um, Favorite part is the scene. I think pretty much everyone knows which one. Yeah. Next. Oh, and it's Robin Williams is great in it, in a rare serious role from him. And yeah, he kills it. Um, The Green Mile. It's a movie I've only seen once. I don't even know why I bought it, but I do like it a lot from what I remember. I really like Sam Rockwell in it, and I like pretty much everybody in it actually. The big black guy who I can't remember his name. He's pretty much good in anything he's in. Even if, I mean, he's not like a brilliant actor, but I mean he's good, you know. Tom Hanks, of course, and based on a story by Stephen King. So where can you go wrong? Sam Rockwell is great though. I love Sam Rockwell. I haven't seen a whole lot of his movies, but yeah, Green Mile. It's a long ass movie, but it's really good. It's really good. Next we got The Hateful Eight. Not one of my favorite Tarantino movies, but it is still damn good. It's scored by Ennio Morricone, which is a classic spaghetti western composer that Tarantino, it's actually, I believe it's his favorite musician in general, actually. And he got him to do the score for the movie, so that's very cool. And it's a very good score, and it's a very good movie. My favorite character in that is Jennifer Jason Leigh's character, and my favorite part is probably the first scene in the timeline of that movie. The first chronological scene. Which, yeah, a lot of his movies are told out of order in terms of the time sequence. And that scene is very violent. And it's kind of like you kind of want to, like, you laugh probably the first time you see it, because it's Tarantino violence. It's like, whoa, shit, that's violent. And it's very violent, but in like a kind of extravagant way. But next time you watch it, you're like, wow, I mean, you still like that, and it's not like you think it's funny, the first time. It's just like, damn, that's violent. That's some violent shit.